It was a Thursday. The kind of Thursday that feels like any other day. The sun was out. Birds were chirping. I was in the kitchen, washing the breakfast dishes, looking forward to my son Mark coming over for dinner that night. The doorbell rang. I dried my hands on my apron, thinking it was the mailman with a package. But when I opened the door, there was a stranger standing there, a young man in a crisp suit, holding a clipboard. He had a kind but serious face. "Good morning," he said. "Are you Helen Carter?" "Yes, that's me," I said, smiling. "Can I help you?" "My name is Michael Ross. I'm from Premier Realty." He paused, and I saw a flicker of something like pity in his eyes. "I'm here for the final walkthrough of the property." I just stood there. The words didn't make sense. "Walkthrough?" I asked. "I'm sorry. There must be some mistake." He looked down at his clipboard, then back at me. His voice was gentle, like he was delivering bad news. "The sale of 1814 Maple Lane closed this morning. I'm here to do the final inspection before the new owners take possession next week." The world went very still. The sounds of the birds, the distant traffic, the hum of the refrigerator behind me, it all faded into a fuzzy, silent hum. 1814 Maple Lane, this address, my home, the house my husband Jack and I bought 42 years ago, the house where we raised our son, the house where Jack took his last breath. Sold. I need to go back. Before the man at the door, before the clipboard and the word sold, I need to start with Lisa. My son Mark brought Lisa home 8 years ago. He was so proud, so in love. She was beautiful. There's no denying that. Sharp, smart, with a laugh that could fill a room. She was a city girl, a lawyer, used to a faster life than our quiet suburban street could offer. Jack was still with us then. He shook her hand and called her counselor, making her laugh. I hugged her and said, "Welcome, my dear." From the beginning, I tried. I really did. I knew she was different. She talked about investments and portfolios and 5-year plans. Our dinner table conversations had always been about Mark's teaching job, Jack's garden, my book club. Now they included stock markets and property values. Jack passed away 2 years after they married. A sudden heart attack. The grief was a physical thing, a heavy stone on my chest. This house, full of his memory, was my only comfort. The worn spot on the sofa where he read the paper. The smell of his pipe tobacco still faint in his study. The backyard where he spent hours with his roses. After the funeral, things changed with Lisa. It was subtle at first. She'd come over and comment on the house. "This kitchen is so dated, Helen," she'd say, running a hand over the old countertops. "The property values on this street are skyrocketing. You're sitting on a gold mine." I'd just smile. "It's my home, Lisa. It's full of memories. It's not just an investment." She'd nod, but her eyes would sweep the room, calculating. Mark was often quiet during these talks. He loved this house too. He'd grown up here, but he loved Lisa more, and I understood that. About a year after Jack died, Lisa came to me with an idea. "Helen, living here all alone in this big house, it's not safe, and it's a lot of upkeep. What if you moved into a lovely, modern senior living community? They have activities, people your age. You'd be so much happier." I remember holding my teacup tightly. "This is my home, Lisa. Jack's here. All our memories are here. I don't want to be in a community. I want to be here." She reached over and patted my hand. It didn't feel comforting. It felt like a dismissal. "Just think about it, okay? For your own good." I talked to Mark about it later. He looked torn. "Mom, she's just worried about you. She wants what's best." "What's best for me is here, Mark," I said quietly. He hugged me. "I know, Mom, I know." But the seed was planted. The idea that this house, my anchor, was a problem to be solved. The comments became more frequent, more pointed. During Sunday dinner, Lisa would bring up articles on her phone. "Look, Helen, a condo just sold downtown for twice what this place is worth." Or, "The property taxes here are going to be a burden for you soon." One day, she and Mark came over with paperwork. "We found the perfect place for you, Mom," Mark said, his voice bright but his eyes avoiding mine. It was a brochure for a very nice, very expensive assisted living facility. "It has a swimming pool, Helen," Lisa said, pointing at a glossy picture, "and a salon. You wouldn't have to lift a finger." I felt a cold dread in my stomach. "I lift fingers here because I want to," I said, trying to keep my voice light. "I like taking care of my home." "But imagine the freedom," Lisa pressed on. "We could sell this place, use the money to get you a beautiful suite there, and still have plenty left over. It's the smartest financial move." The word "we" hung in the air. "We could sell my place." "Mark," I said, turning to my son, "this is the house you grew up in. Your father built that treehouse in the backyard for you. Don't you want it to stay in the family?" He looked pained. "Of course I do, Mom. But Lisa has a point. It's a lot of house for one person, and we worry. We again." I stood my ground, politely but firmly. "I'm not ready. This is my decision. Thank you for looking, but my answer is no." Lisa's smile didn't reach her eyes. "Okay, Helen, no pressure. It's your choice." But after that, a chill settled in. Visits became less frequent. When they did come, Lisa spent more time on her phone. Conversations felt strained. Mark seemed constantly caught in the middle, trying to make everyone happy and pleasing no one. Then, 6 months ago, Lisa's tone changed. She became sweeter, more concerned. "Helen, how are you really feeling?" she'd ask. "You look tired. Are you sleeping? Managing the stairs okay?" I was fine. A little older, a little slower, but fine. But under her gaze, I started to doubt myself. Maybe I was getting too old for this. Maybe I was a burden. The final push came during a stormy night in October. A large branch from the old oak tree fell, damaging the garden fence. It was noisy, scary. The next morning, Lisa was at my door before I'd even finished my coffee. "Mark told me what happened. My God, Helen, you could have been hurt. What if it had hit the house? What if there's next time and you're alone?" Her concern felt overwhelming, smothering. She insisted on calling contractors. She took over. She said, "Let me handle this, Helen. You shouldn't have to deal with the stress." Part of me was grateful. I was shaken by the storm. Dealing with insurance and repairs felt daunting. But then she brought over new paperwork, not for an assisted living home this time. It was a power of attorney document. "It's just a precaution, Helen," she explained, her voice smooth as silk. "So if there's an emergency, if you fall or get sick, Mark and I can help manage things for you. Pay your bills, deal with the house. It's for your own protection." She made it sound so sensible, so loving. Mark was there, nodding along. "It's standard, Mom. Lots of families do this." I was tired. I was lonely. I missed Jack terribly. The thought of not having to worry about bills or repairs, it was tempting. And these were my family, my son, the woman he loved. I'd have to read it over," I said weakly. "Of course," Lisa said, smiling her brilliant smile. "Take your time. But really, it's just a formality, a way for us to take care of you." I looked at Mark, my little boy. He gave me an encouraging nod, and so I signed. Life after signing those papers was quiet, peaceful even. Lisa hired a handyman to fix the fence. She set up automatic payments for my utilities. She told me to relax, to enjoy my golden years. For a few months, I did. I felt cared for. The first strange sign was a for sale sign that appeared 2 doors down. The neighbors, the Wilsons, were moving to be closer to their grandkids. Lisa saw it immediately. "See, Helen," she said, "the neighborhood is changing. It's the perfect time to sell." I just changed the subject. Then, about a month ago, Lisa started coming over more often. She'd bring boxes. "Let's start going through some of Jack's old things," she'd say, "just to declutter. It's not healthy to live in the past." It felt wrong. Jack's things were my memories. His old sweaters still smelled like him. But Lisa was so practical, so efficient. She'd hold up an old fishing rod. "You're never going to use this, Helen. Let's donate it." And before I could protest, it was in a box. She was gentle, but relentless. The house began to feel emptier, lighter. It started to feel less like a home and more like a house, a property. 2 weeks ago, she sat me down at the kitchen table. "Helen, I have some wonderful news." Her eyes were sparkling. "Mark got that big promotion at the university. He's going to be the head of his department." My heart swelled with pride. "Oh, that's marvelous. We must celebrate." "There's more," Lisa said, placing her hand over mine. "With the new job, we're thinking of moving to a bigger place, maybe even to that new development across town." I felt a pang. They'd be further away. "Well, congratulations. That's a big step." "It is," she said. "And Helen, we'd love for you to come with us." I blinked. "Come with you?" "Yes. There's a beautiful, brand new mother-in-law suite in the model home we looked at. It's all on one level. A gorgeous little kitchenette. It's perfect for you. You'd be right there with us, with family. No more loneliness." It sounded idyllic. To be close to Mark every day, to not eat dinner alone night after night. A tear of gratitude actually came to my eye. "Oh, Lisa, that is so kind, so generous." She squeezed my hand. "We're family. This is what family does." Then her expression became slightly businesslike. "Now, to make it all work, we'll need to sell this house. The equity will help us buy the new place and set you up perfectly in your new suite." It made sense. In a whirlwind of emotion, pride for Mark, gratitude for Lisa, longing to end my loneliness, it all made perfect, beautiful sense. "Mark and I will handle everything," Lisa assured me. "All the paperwork, the realtors, everything. You won't have to lift a finger. You just need to sign a few things when the time comes. We'll get the best price for this old place." I trusted her. She was a lawyer. She knew about these things. And she was offering me a new life with my family. "Okay," I said, my voice thick with emotion. "Okay, let's do it." Lisa beamed. "You've made the right decision, Helen. For everyone." Over the next 2 weeks, I was in a happy daze. Lisa brought over paint samples for my new suite. We talked about which of my furniture would fit. I started packing my personal things, photo albums, my favorite books with a light heart, dreaming of mornings having coffee with Mark. People came to the house, men in suits with measuring tapes. Lisa called them appraisers and inspectors. She was always with them, chatting confidently. She told me to go visit a friend or go to the park to avoid the hassle. "I've got this, Helen," she'd say. And I believed her, until the man with the clipboard appeared at my door on that sunny Thursday morning. "Sold?" The word finally left my lips, a dry whisper. The realtor, Michael, looked deeply uncomfortable. "Mrs. Carter. The sale closed at 10 this morning. The sellers were Mark Carter and Lisa Carter." The ground seemed to tilt under my feet. I held onto the doorframe. "But this is my house. I didn't sell it." He scrolled through his tablet. The paperwork shows a power of attorney was used. Lisa Carter acted as your legal representative in the sale. The world snapped into a terrible, clear focus. The power of attorney. The papers I signed for emergencies, the decluttering, the appraisers, the sweet talk of a mother-in-law suite. It was all a plan, a quiet, meticulous, legal plan to take my home from me. The new owners? I managed to ask. They take possession next Friday, he said softly. I'm so sorry. I thought you were aware. I wasn't aware. I had been carefully, lovingly, steered into a trap. I don't remember thanking him or closing the door. I found myself standing in the middle of my living room, the silent house screaming at me, the empty spaces where Jack's things had been, the boxes of my own life, packed for a future that didn't exist. I called Mark. My hands were shaking so badly I could barely dial. He answered on the second ring. Hi, Mom. He sounded happy, guiltily happy. Mark, I said, and my voice was a stranger's, flat and dead. A realtor was just here. He says the house is sold. Silence. A long, heavy silence. Then a sigh. Mom, listen. Lisa explained it all. It's for the best. The offer was too good to pass up. It sets us all up. Us? The word tore out of me, but still not a shout. A shattered whisper. Where is my suite, Mark? In this new house you're buying? Another silence. Mom, things are a little tight right now with the new mortgage. The mother-in-law suite. It was an extra $40,000.
We just couldn't swing it. But we found you a great apartment. It's in a nice building. Lisa has all the details. An apartment. A stranger's building. Not with my family. Just elsewhere. You sold my home, I said, each word a stone. You sold your father's house, behind my back. Oh, we used the legal authority you gave us, Mom, he said, his voice defensive now, to take care of you. This is us taking care of you. You'll see. It's a fresh start. I hung up. I didn't cry. I felt beyond tears. I felt hollowed out, betrayed by the two people I loved most in the world. My son's voice, justifying it all, was the worst sound I had ever heard. Lisa called an hour later. Her voice was all business. No sweet pretense left. Helen, the apartment is available next month. We've paid the first month's rent. Movers will be there Tuesday to get the rest of your things. Try to be packed by then. I didn't answer. I just listened to the calm, legal precision of my eviction. It's really for the best, she added, a final, hollow echo. That was 3 weeks ago. I am writing this from a small, beige apartment. It is quiet. It is clean. It has no memories. The boxes of my things are stacked in the corner. I can't bring myself to unpack them. They belong to a different life. Mark has been by twice. He brings groceries. He looks at the floor. He says things like, "You'll get used to it, Mom," and "It's really quite nice here." We don't talk about the house. We don't talk about Lisa. We are strangers, connected by a shared history that now feels like a lie. I have not seen Lisa since the move. The family home, my home, belongs to a young couple now. I drove past it once. They were painting the front door a cheerful yellow. They were laughing, carrying in a new dining table. They looked like we did 40 years ago, full of hope and future. I thought I would be angry, furious, but I'm not. The feeling that fills this quiet apartment is a deep, profound sadness, a grief for more than just a house, a grief for the loss of trust, the loss of the son I thought I had, the loss of the family story I believed we were living. What did I learn in all this? I learned that paper is more powerful than memory, that a signature can erase a lifetime. I learned that love can be used as a weapon, dressed up as concern. But I also learned this. A house is made of wood and brick. A home is made of love and trust. They took the house. They cannot take the home that existed in my heart. The home where Jack laughed, where Mark took his first steps, where we celebrated 1,000 ordinary days. That home is mine, It lives in here. Pause. In my memories. And no one can sell that. I am alone. But I am not homeless. Not really. My story isn't one of revenge or dramatic confrontation. It's a quieter story. A story of a slow, quiet theft. And a slower, quieter realization that what was stolen was only the container, not the thing it held. Be careful what you sign, even in love, especially in love, but also remember that the truest things, love, memory, the feeling of home, they don't need a deed. They don't need a key. They live in you. And that is a place no one can ever force you to leave.